far off to the west, where they're part of the uprising. To the authorities it didn't matter, and they died of famine and disease. Little Crow was killed picking berries with his son, shot down by a settler out hunting with his shotgun. For handing in his scalp, the hunter made a dandy sum, and his bones were displayed in a museum. Little Crow was a leader, and it seems to me he made decisions when every option was impossibility. He had the choice to starve and die on what was left of the land, but he decided it was time to make a stand. Heard that they were on their way, and when the settlers came, Little Crow knew that nothing now would ever be the same. Well, I live in the capital of the world when it comes to dysfunctional left-wing madness. It's called Portland, Oregon. And I wrote this song, I guess actually I wrote this song right around the time that I moved to Portland. It wasn't originally about Portland, but now it is. I don't drive a car because they run on gas, but if I did, it'd run the biomass. I ride a bike, or sometimes a skateboard, so fuck off all you drivers and your yuppie hordes, sitting all day in the traffic queues. I'm a better anarchist than you. I don't eat meat, I just live on moldy chives or the donuts that I found in last week's dumpster dives. Look, you people in that restaurant, I think you are so sad when you could have been eating bagels like the ones that I just had. I think it is a shame, all the bourgeois things you do. I'm a better anarchist than you. I don't wear leather, and I like my clothes in black, and I made a really cool hammock from a moldy coffee sack. I like to hop on freight trains, I think that is so cool. It's so much funner doing this than being stuck in school. I can't believe you're wearing those brand new shiny shoes. I'm a better anarchist than you. I don't have sex, and there will be no sequel, because heterosexual relationships are inherently unequal. I'll just keep on moshing to anti-flag and crass until there are no differences in gender, race, or class. All you brainwashed breeders, you just haven't got a clue. I'm a better anarchist than you. I don't believe in leaders, I think consensus is the key. I don't believe in stupid notions like representative democracy. Whether or not it works, I know it is the case that only direct action can save the human race. So when I see you in your voting booth, then I know it's true. I'm a better anarchist than you. I am not a pacifist, I like throwing bricks, and when the cops have caught me and I've taken a few licks, I always feel lucky if I get a bloody nose, because I feel so militant and everybody knows. By the time the riot is all through, I'm a better anarchist than you. I'm a better anarchist than you. Looking for a place to have a baby, with the hospitals destroyed. She headed south in a donkey cart give birth to her little boy. She wasn't lying by a manger, no hay beneath her on the ground. She couldn't hear her newborn's cries with the bombs exploding all around. There's baby Jesus lying in the rubble, a hungry little bag of skin and bones, with his mother Mary broken there beside him, in the place that they were calling a safe zone. Without a blanket, without a drop of water, nothing between them and the sky. Wise men from the east tried to come to see him, but they're trapped at the crossing in Sinai. There's no fuel for the water pumps, only for the drones always buzzing overhead, reminding every child there beneath them, the next moment it could be your mama dead. There's baby Jesus lying in the rubble, a hungry little bag of skin and bones, with his mother Mary broken there beside him, in the place that they were calling a safe zone. He's the Son of God, said the angel, as the babe began to shiver from the cold. There was a twinkle in his eye for a moment before the rigor mortis took hold. This prophet who was born to save our species, this child who was the only son of all the tens of thousands killed so far. Now we can add another one. There's baby Jesus lying in the rubble, a hungry little bag of skin and bones, with his mother Mary broken there beside him, in the place that they were calling a safe zone. In the place that they were calling a safe zone. In the place that they were calling a safe zone. At some point, those of us who used to get called self-loathing Jews started getting called anti-Semites, which is a very confusing phenomenon. I mean, the self-loathing Jew thing is a weird one enough, but as if there's such a thing. But the anti-Semite, how you can hate your own self, I mean, that's like a little weird. If you are a fan of democracy, if you have a problem with state theocracy, if you're having issues with minority rule or with propaganda they teach your kids in school, you don't like invading armies bent on thievery, if you think it's wrong to steal someone else's country, there's just one explanation, though it may be getting trite. You must be an anti-Semite. You must be an anti-Semite. If you don't like the idea of shooting mortar rounds at kids, it must be because you just don't like the Yids. Israel bombs hospitals, if you heard that on the news. It must be because that network doesn't like the Jews. All those UN agencies crying genocide secretly still blame us for the way that Jesus died. There's just one explanation we keep within our sight. You must be an anti-Semite. You must be an anti-Semite. If you think free speech is a really good thing, if you fear the future that censorship may bring, if you think Mark Zuckerberg is a pawn of the CIA, if you don't believe whatever the Western leaders say, if you march and chant from the river to the sea, if you say you'll keep fighting until Palestine is free, there's just one explanation right there in black and white. must be an anti-Semite. You must be an anti-Semite. If you're not a fan of home demolitions, if you've got some kind of problem with the Zionist position, it can't be that you care about humanity. It can't be that you want some sanity. If you don't like the slaughter, you'd better just stand by. Don't speak out or else we'll all know the reason why. There's just one explanation, the one from the far right. You must be an anti-Semite. You must be an anti-Semite.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna do one more and hand it over to Ben. Well, I'll just thank Tarek and Ellen and Tom and everybody for putting this on. It's a pleasure to come to Woodstock for the first time in at least, I don't know, since I can remember. I don't think I've been here before, or if I have, I don't remember. So, but when I saw Tinker Street, I thought, wait a sec, there was a cafe there called the Tinker Street Cafe, and I think the reason I know that is because I played there, but I'm not sure. It could be for some other reason. But I'll do another of the songs that I was like, I just kept on, I was just continually thinking of things. What other way can I, write about what's going on in Gaza? What other angle can I shed on this that hasn't been shed yet? And eventually I started writing these kind of more meta songs about, rather than actually about specific events, more like about the concepts that behind the songs that I'm trying to write. It gets abstract after a while if you write too many songs on the same subject. It's all on Spotify. My latest album is called Notes from a Holocaust. You can find it on all the streaming platforms. I don't have any CDs. I haven't had CDs in many years. Nobody buys them. That's why I don't make them anymore. I discovered the hard way that they don't buy them, and so I still have a lot of CDs. They're mostly under my daughter's bed, and I dust them off. And I have vinyl records. Somebody convinced me to make vinyl records. It was this terrible idea. We still have like 900 of them, and they're like getting heavier and heavier, and like weighing down the sort of the shelf in the closet. And like if you hear some headline like musician and family killed by avalanche of records, that's us. It could happen. It's like just the right angle. It could really do damage if it fell all at the same time. But if anybody wants to support what I do, it's all happening through crowdsourced begging on platforms like Patreon and Substack. So feel free, if you have disposable income, to become a subscriber, because otherwise these songs wouldn't be existing, because I don't think I could write them at the same time as I'm driving an Uber. I haven't tried so far. The Uber Corporation has not had me as an employee yet. If a song could bring us together across the planet that gave us birth, act as one, bring peace and justice all around this shattered earth. If a song could take down borders, take down fences, make them fall, liberate all those imprisoned, kept behind the ghetto walls. If a song could stop the bombs, so the next might be the last. If a song could change the future, so it won't be like the past. If a song could be a missile fired from the Iron Dome, if it could protect the children, keep them safe within their homes, if a song could raise an army and transport it on command. Take us all to Palestine to defend the Holy Land. If a song could be concrete and put to use to rebuild, if it might turn back the clock, bring back all the babies killed. If a song could be a blueprint, instructions to show us how. If a song could change the world, then let us sing it now. If a song could bring us together across the planet that gave us birth to act as one, bring peace and justice all around this shattered earth.
Wow.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, Ben.
Listening to David's songs last few months has really been part of helping, I think, to keep me sane and a lot of other people as well. Thank you, David. Gonna do a song that is called No More Sacrifice Zones. The song was inspired by a book I read by Chris Hedges, written in 2012, called Days of Destruction, Days of Revolt. And in this book, Hedges and his co-author Joe Sacco travel around the United States to different places that have been sacrificed to the logic of profit accumulation. They start at the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. They go to places like West Virginia, destroyed by the coal mining industry, and by social neglect as well, because this sacrificing of the land is very closely connected to the sacrificing of human lives, the people who live on the land. It's capitalism's way of rendering the world we need to survive superfluous. And as I've been thinking about it, war is really capitalism's number one way of making entire populations superfluous to the system. We should have an economic system that makes that incorporates, that values every part of the system, including the people. Guitar to perform different tunings here. And it's got a sing-along part. The army closed you in as they drove you from the plains. They're turning your homeland to a sacrifice zone. The company took the uranium, just the fallout remains. They're turning your homeland to a sacrifice zone, where your story's been forgotten. We will make it known. Let me hear you. We will make it known. We will make it known. Pine Ridge, you are not alone. Pine Ridge, you are not alone. voting obsolete through emergency decrees. They're turning your city to a sacrifice zone. The cops occupy your street to bring you to your knees. Your city. They're turning your city to a sacrifice zone where your story's been forgotten. Where your story's been forgotten, we will make it known. We will make it known. Ferguson, you are not alone. Ferguson, you are not alone. Your city has been subjugated. The next could be our own. No more sacrifice zones. No more sacrifice zones. The coal men blew the mountain, killing everything nearby. They're turning your region to a sacrifice zone. The state refuses to help your people as you watch them die. Your region, they're turning your region to a sacrifice zone where your story's been forgotten. We will make it known. Appalachia, Appalachia, you are not alone. Your region has been desolated. The next could be our own. No more sacrifice zones. No more sacrifice zones. The fighter jets will cut you down to push you all away. They're turning your nation to a sacrifice zone. The bombs that kill your children came from the USA. They're turning your nation to a sacrifice zone where your story's been forgotten. We will make it known. Palestine, Palestine, you are not alone. Your nation has been decimated. The next could be our own. No more sacrifice zones. No more sacrifice zones. Where your story's been forgotten, we will make it known. Pine Ridge, Ferguson, Appalachia, Yemen, Immokalee, Flint, Michigan, Northern Alberta, and Camden, Standing Rock, Navajo, Palestine, and Puerto Rico. We stand with you. You are not alone. Your lands and lives were sacrificed. The next will be our own. No more sacrifice zones. No more sacrifice zones. No more sacrifice zones. No more sacrifice zones. Thank you. Well, the next song was written by Phil Oakes in 1965. It's called Love Me, I'm a Liberal. And what I've done with this song, you know the song, it was quite a rebuke to the liberals of his day. But this is a fully updated song. I have changed change the words, but try to adhere as closely as possible to the political logic of the original song. Yes, but it was a very controversial song in his day when he first sang it. I've read some accounts where it was a demonstration organized by the big student anti-war organization, Students for a Democratic Society in Washington, D.C., and apparently the heroic journalist I.F. Stone followed Phil Oakes after Phil Oakes sang the original song. Was quite upset. He said, you snot-nosed Marxist, Leninist kids, you don't know anything. You know, I.F. Stone sort of saw himself as a liberal who was like fighting the good fight within the system, but you know, definitely telling the truth about the crimes of the US government in the Vietnam War. So it's been a controversial song for a long time. Here's my effort to keep it that way. I bore the Tiananmen martyrs, whose protests were brutally quelled, and cheered when Mandela walked freely after so many years in a cell. But Mr. Assange can die in prison. Those secrets were not his to tell. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a literal. I attend diversity trainings, and I leave feeling so reassured. I love Oprah and Magic and Foreman. It's great to see blacks become entrepreneurs. But don't go and join a new party. That's not the way to be heard. So love me, I'm a literal. I cheered when Obama was chosen, my faith in the system restored, and I'll never forgive Ralph Nader for the election he stole from Al Gore. And my neighborhood welcomes all races of people with high credit scores. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a literal. Voters need more education to achieve democracy's aims. Our enemies spread memes in their news feeds, sowing division and national shame. But if you want socialized healthcare, you really must be insane. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a literal. I listen to all things considered. I consider anyone's views. You know, I've read D'Angelo and Kendi, and I'm probably more woke than you. But when time came to take out Gaddafi, there was no one more red, white, and blue. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a literal. I vote for the Democratic Party. They're strengthening NATO command. I support Bono's benefit concerts and buy everything endorsed by his brand. We're gonna make poverty history. I'm on Facebook taking a stand. So love me, love me, love me, I'm a literal. Sure, once I was young and impulsive, I wore every conceivable pin. I fought for a socialist future, which I thought we might win. But I've grown older and wiser, and that's why I'm turning you in. So love me, love me, love me. I'm a liberal. Oh, thank you. I want to ask my friend David to help sing this next song about NATO. Actually, in July, there's a coalition of organizations coming together in Washington, D.C. to protest against the 75th annual ministerial meeting of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Jeff, I think your organization is part of that. Roots Action. Jeff Cohen is here. And that's one of the organizations, along with World Beyond War, United National Anti-War Committee, Black Alliance for Peace, Code Pink, and other groups. And Veterans for Peace, very importantly. Veterans for Peace. Heaven forbid. Which is also doing a whole walk from Maine to Washington, D.C. in the months preceding this mobilization. So the song that I'm about to sing is based on the African American spiritual Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho, an important freedom song in the Black tradition. All right. Thank you. We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go, so the people can live in peace. Let me hear ya. We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go, so the people can live in peace. From Kosovo to Afghanistan, to Libya and Ukraine, the bureaucrats of NATO bring endless war and pain. They say they want a victory, so they're sending in more arms. But nuclear Armageddon doesn't seem to raise alarm. Let me hear ya. We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go, so the people can live in peace. We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go, so the people can live in peace. Raytheon and Lockheed make the weapons used to kill. NATO members buy them, and the people pay the bill. We can't afford good housing. We can't afford health care. We can't afford clean water, 'cause NATO left us bare. Here we go! We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go, so the people can live in peace. We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's got to go, so the people can live in peace. Washington made NATO to enforce its global rule. Now it's bombing pipelines where allies once got fuel. NATO domination brings hunger, war, and fear. But there's cracks in the foundation. NATO's end is near. Remember what happened at Jericho? The trumpets began to sound. Joshua commanded the people to shout, and the walls came tumbling down. Here we go. We say NATO's got to go, got to go, got to go. We say NATO's last song here for you. You've been wonderful tonight. Thank you so much for coming out, supporting live music, revolutionary music. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Ben. And thank you for supplying the guitar and the sound system and the live streaming and the recording and camera equipment.
There was a little problem with the live stream. I think the internet connection conked out for a minute, and if it just goes out for a second, it will go down, so I have to restart it. So we will release the full unedited video afterwards,
Cool.
which is available. So here's a song you'll can sing along with. Big surprise. Here we go. We are 7 billion people. We all have hopes and dreams. Most of us live under a capitalist regime where some can make a killing and others just get killed. But we don't have to live like this. There's an alternative to build. Let's build a socialist system. Make the dream come alive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Let's socialize the profits to help the people thrive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Let's try it together. Let's build a socialist system. Let's build a socialist system. Make the dream come alive. For the people to survive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Socialize the profits. Let's socialize the profits to help the people thrive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. 7 billion people. How can we all succeed? Not by competition for the basic things we need, not by exploitation of our dwindling natural wealth. We need a system that promotes cooperation and help. Let's build it. Build a socialist system. Make the dream come alive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Socialize. Let's socialize the profits to help the people thrive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Socialism means institutions based on care for everybody living and for the planet that we share, confronting every oppression in the places where they live, ensuring justice in the ways that people take and people give. The dream of socialism is rooted in the heart, and taking political power is an essential part. The rich will surely fight to maintain the wealth they stole. So we're gonna need a party to reach the socialist goal. Let's
system. Make the dream come alive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. Let's socialize the profits to help the people thrive. We need a socialist system for the people to survive. For the people to survive.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Ben. I don't want to take these guys for granted. They are so precious and so important. These are two people who live and breathe peace and justice. That's 24/7, and it comes out in their songs. And I also want to thank Tom for providing this
And
space.
Kathy.
And Kathy, Tom and Kathy. This space is an amazing benefit to this town. It's just amazing, and they have some wonderful programs here, so I don't want to overlook that. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Kathy. And thank all of you for coming. All of you. Once again, let's hear it for Ben and David. And thank you all. On the way out, for those that haven't gotten a copy, there's copies of Peace and Planet, and there's 24 pages of dynamite writing on Palestine and Gaza, and it's free. So just take a copy on your way out. Thank you.